about love. It was about terror and death. The first Valentine's Day in America was built on the broken backs of enslaved black people. Men, women, and even children were forced to craft hearts, cards, and gifts for their masters, hands raw and bleeding from constant labor, whips cracked, nails split, and bones bruised as they worked. Any mistake could bring a lash, a kick, or worse. Some never finished, because the punishment killed them before the work did. Every rose, every ribbon, every delicate fold soaked in sweat, blood, and fear. A whisper, a tremble, a skipped stitch could mean a public beating or death. Children watched parents die under the lash, forced to keep working as if nothing happened. Their suffering became the decorations, the love tokens for the very people who enslaved them. Love, for them, was a weapon. It was cruelty disguised as celebration. The first Valentine's Day wasn't a day of hearts and flowers. It was a stage for torment, where human life was cheap and art was carved from agony. Generations of pain were hidden beneath smiles, poems, and ribbons, erased from history, remembered by no one, except the spirits who still whisper in the shadows of a holiday built on blood.
Truth unshackled.
Valentine's Day.
How many man-made stargates there were on the planet?
No. I'm not going to comment as to the total. I will say that there was over 50.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. In different countries of the world?
Yes.
Okay, and these are man-made?
Yes.
Okay, so, and natural stargates?
Well, see, it's not a stargate. It's a device which accesses.
Okay,
which accesses a portal, a wormhole,
Does it access a natural? In other words, the man-made device accesses a natural stargate.
It draws off from a natural ERB, an Einstein-Rosen bridge.
Okay.
It accesses it and somehow works, from what I understand, not in parallel, but almost like piggybacks on the energy of the natural stargate.
You're saying you don't want to use the looking glass for advantage over country to country, but what about country to offer?
No. It shouldn't be used at all.
I understand, but
all right.
But is there something there? I mean, in other words, is this technology something that they are using now to look at our relationships with, because they've been
the technology is not being used at all right now.
Okay, but the reason it's not used now is because of going into the galactic, the plane of the...
Yeah. As of about 2017, I would expect probably that all of these little pieces of equipment will probably all get reassembled, yeah.
Turned back on?
Oh, sure.
2017? That's quite a while.
2016, 2017.
Oh, not until then?
Probably not. I'm figuring that they're probably going to act conservatively on this. That's what all of the people of wisdom have suggested to them.
Oh, wow.
Is to act conservatively.
He says that what they were looking at wasn't a single event, but part of a much larger cycle. The idea is that history doesn't move in a straight line. It moves in long cycles that repeat over very long periods of time. Not years or decades, but tens of thousands of years. Inside those long cycles, there are shorter phases, when major changes tend to happen. The time window he mentions, roughly from the 1990s to around 2012, and possibly extending to 2016, wasn't described as a fixed deadline. It was more like a rough zone inside that larger cycle where things begin to shift. He also makes an important point about scale. When you're dealing with timelines that stretch 45,000 or even 50,000 years, being off by a few years doesn't really matter. From that distance, time looks blurred. A decade can disappear inside the margin of error. That's why he compares it to our own history. We still argue about what really happened just 2,000 years ago.
Oh, how many man-made stargates?
You think you only live once, but actually right now you have 1,728 simultaneous versions of you existing right now. When one avatar comes in, it splits through electromagnetic vision into 12 oversouls. 12 oversouls split into 12 souls And one soul through electromagnetic vision splits on 4 different timelines happening simultaneously, 12 times 12 times 12 times 12, 1,728 simultaneous cells. And I'm here in Egypt where I used to walk in a past life, but it's actually simultaneous life. And in past life, you dropped codes, you left certain objects for yourself, and they recognize you by your frequency. So when you come, it's simultaneous time, different angular rotation and particle spin, particle pulsation rhythm, but they recognize you through your frequency and you remember who we are. Pick up the codes once again, and the quickest way I've ever found is by activating your 12-stranded DNA. And so comment tribe if you want a link to join and activate, galactivate for the glory of Source's name. See you on the other side in the eternal moment, right here, right now, simultaneous time. You think
There are reptilians, right? And different types. So the Chitauri are a very powerful race of reptilian. Powerful bloodline, they belong to the reptilian bloodline. And they have some of the biggest underground bases on this planet is ran by the Chitauri. The Chitauri is responsible for hunting down individuals, and they are amongst the underground cities. They are blood banks. So when you go to these underground cities, you'll see mass human bodies in tubes hooked up to machines and having the blood drain out of everybody. And they drain out the blood out of the body, and they are the ones that actually sell the blood to other reptilian races like the Real and the Alpha Draconians and the small green men and things like that. This is what the Chitauri is responsible for. They are very visionary reptilians. They've been around for a very long time. Alright? Now, the reptilian.
Okay, so here's how you're gonna reset your brain for success. So let's say you've got a vision for your future, you've got a lot of aspirations, but you just don't know where to start. If that sounds like you, listen closely, cause this is exactly what I do to achieve my goals. A lot of people think that they're lacking motivation or experience, but they're not. The main problem here is focus. And not just focus, this is deep laser focus. Deep focus is the key to success. You need to be so laser focused on the task you're doing that you enter the flow state. The flow state is where you achieve ultimate focus. You become fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement and enjoyment whilst performing an activity. It is an intrinsically positive experience. Okay, so how do you enter the flow state? The 1-90-0 method. You're gonna focus on one task for 90 minutes with 0 distractions. This task that you're doing needs to be something that pushes you to the edge of your skill range, but not past it. It takes roughly 15 minutes to enter the flow state, and then after about 90 minutes your focus is gonna begin to fade. And any form of distraction is gonna kill this laser beam focus, pulling you out of the flow state. So let's say the task, for example, is an assignment if you're at school, and if you're working in your business, let's say it's building a landing page. That's your one task, and now you're gonna sit for 90 minutes with absolute 0 distractions. So, you're gonna put your phone on airplane mode, you're gonna put your phone on do not disturb, you're gonna sit in a quiet place where people aren't gonna talk to you. You need to be completely focused on the task at hand. And once you're in this flow state, you're gonna be at peak creativity, productivity, performance, focus. It feels amazing. I guarantee you if you try this, not only will your work be so much better, but you'll get so much done. Okay, so
when you're breathing, you are actually manifesting. Not just during meditation or moments of stillness, but every second of your life. With each inhale and exhale, you're sending signals to your body, your mind, and the universe. But have you ever stopped to ask, what exactly am I manifesting right now? Most people don't. We breathe unconsciously, shallow, fast, tight, trapped in a rhythm of survival. But here's something few realize. You take around 22,000 breaths a day. That's 22,000 chances to shape your internal state, and by extension, your external reality. Breath isn't just oxygen. it's frequency, it's communication, it's creation. Your body doesn't just inhale air, it inhales signals, and how you breathe tells your nervous system what to believe, whether you're safe or in danger, grounded or lost, expansive or closed. Think of your breath like a radio dial. Most people are stuck on static, that shallow, anxious frequency that broadcasts fear. But twist that dial just slightly. Deepen that breath, and suddenly you're tuned into a completely different station. One that plays abundance, creativity, and calm. Same airways, different signal. So what happens when your breath is shallow and anxious? Your body listens, your thoughts follow, your energy contracts, and the message you unknowingly send to the universe is clear. I'm under threat. I'm not ready. I'm surviving. This is where manifestation misfires begin, not in your mindset, but in your physiology. Shift your breath. Make it conscious, deep, slow, and everything begins to change. Your body softens, your awareness sharpens, and reality adjusts in response. Breath is the missing link. It's not the vision board. It's not the hustle. It's not affirmations whispered through gritted teeth. It's your breath, the engine behind every thought and moment of presence. Your thoughts steer the direction. Your breath moves the vehicle. We don't think about breath until we lose it. The most vital function of life has become background noise, like the hum of a refrigerator we've tuned out. Unconscious, automatic, forgotten. Right now, you're probably breathing shallowly, your chest barely rising, short inhales, quick exhales, just enough to survive, not enough to feel alive. And when you breathe like that, your body responds. Stay alert, something's wrong. Your nervous system shifts into fight or flight. Cortisol pours in like a leaking tap. Over time, that stress becomes your baseline. You stop noticing the tension, it just is. But it's costing you. Chronic anxiety, brain fog, low energy, sleeplessness, poor decisions, and worst of all, it silences your intuition. Your gut instincts rely on oxygen-rich blood. Starve them, and you're flying blind, navigating life without your internal compass. Think of it this way. Every breath is a message to the universe. Shallow, tense breathing scrambles that signal, like trying to play music through a broken speaker. You get static, distortion. The universe hears chaos and mirrors it back. Imagine two men. Man A, healthy, lounging on his couch, scrolling endlessly. He breathes like he's being chased, fast, anxious, completely unaware. Man B lies in an ICU bed, connected to machines, paying thousands just for a clean breath. The cruel irony? Man A has the very thing Man B would give everything for, and he wastes it. Your cells don't just like oxygen, they crave it. Brain fog is your neurons gasping. Fatigue is your mitochondria drowning in carbon dioxide. Creativity block? That's your nervous system too tense to innovate. Here's what most people miss. Your breath is like a master key. It unlocks doors you didn't even know existed. The door to intuition, the door to presence, the door to that mysterious space where ideas are born and miracles feel natural. We carry smartphones with access to all human knowledge, yet we ignore the most sophisticated technology ever created, the one breathing us right now. Your lungs aren't just organs, they're alchemical laboratories, transforming the invisible into the vital, the potential into the actual. The real epidemic isn't burnout or anxiety, it's unconscious breathing. But once you wake up to this, you can't go back. You'll feel it. Every breath is sacred. Every breath is a chance to begin again. And that's when everything shifts. This is the turning point. The moment you realize manifestation was never just mental. It was always physical. You've likely tried to think your way into the life you want. Vision boards, journaling, scripting, maybe even whispering affirmations before bed. But what if the missing piece wasn't your mindset? It was your lungs. Think of your breath like the power behind a remote control. Your thoughts are the buttons. But without power, without breath, nothing works. You press harder, try different affirmations, hustle more, still nothing. Because you forgot to plug it in. Breath is that plug. Every inhale is an invitation. Every exhale, a command. It's not passive, it's sculptural. Most people breathe like they're topping off a fuel tank. But masters, monks, artists, athletes, breathe like they're painting on the canvas of reality. Try this with me. Inhale deeply through your nose for 3 seconds. Imagine pulling in golden light. Hold it for 3 seconds. Let that light crystallize into your desire. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Release it into the world like a soft but powerful command. Here's how. Your body doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. Think of a lemon. Imagine biting into it. Your mouth waters. It's not real, but your body. When you're breathing, you are
frequency, so strong that how to create a frequency, so strong that reality obeys you? In 1998, a quantum physicist did an experiment that got him banned from conferences. He proved that human consciousness can collapse quantum probabilities. Translation? Your mind doesn't just observe reality, it selects which reality manifests. But 99.7% of people emit such a weak frequency. Reality ignores them completely. Then he discovered the 3-day protocol to amplify your signal 1,000 times. Intelligence agencies classified it immediately. It's called dominant frequency projection. And once you master it, synchronicities become constant. Double slit experiment. Copenhagen interpretation. The discovery that shattered physics. Particles exist in multiple states until consciousness observes them. Then one reality collapses into existence. You're not living in reality. You're choosing which reality becomes real. But here's the problem. Most people's frequency is static noise, doubt, fear, inconsistency. The quantum field receives 1,000 contradictory signals per second, so it delivers nothing coherent. Princeton Engineering Lab, 2003, Consciousness Field Study. They measured electromagnetic output from human hearts, found that coherent emotional states create measurable disturbances in random number generators up to 3 miles away. Your feelings aren't just internal, they're broadcasting electromagnetic commands. Weak frequency equals reality ignores you. Dominant frequency equals reality obeys. Here's the 3-day amplification protocol. Day 1, singular focus. Choose one desire, only one. Multiple desires equals signal interference. Spend 24 hours thinking only about that. Every thought, every decision, every action. One frequency, no static. Day 2, emotional saturation. Don't just think it. Feel it at maximum intensity. Not hope, not excitement. Certainty, gratitude, power. Feel it like it already happened. For 10 minutes straight, 3 times today. This generates coherent electromagnetic output. Day 3, zero contradiction. This is where most people fail. You can't emit, I am abundant, then complain about bills. Every contradictory thought cancels your signal. For 24 hours, zero doubt, zero complaint, zero fear-based talk. What happens after 72 hours? Your frequency becomes monolithic. One clear, powerful, consistent signal. The quantum field must respond. Within 7 days, synchronicities explode. People appear with solutions. Money shows up unexpectedly. Why? Because you stopped being radio static. You became a laser. Reality doesn't respond to weak, scattered signals. It responds to dominant, coherent frequency. Test this starting tomorrow. Day 1, one desire only. Day 2, feel it intensely. 10 minutes, 3 times. Day 3, zero contradiction for 24 hours. And watch reality start taking orders from you. This is quantum mechanics applied to consciousness. Share this with someone ready to dominate their frequency. How to create a frequency.
These entities operating in the astral dimension, they've been interacting with humans through satanic rituals and human sacrifice rituals all the way through what we call human history, because the aging process is non-existent in the astral. And they're still doing it today. And that's what these rich and famous Satanists, major players in this cult, are doing. They're interacting with these entities. And it's been described to me by Satanists around the world how in the major rituals they have seen entities appear through the energetic field. These entities operate.
This is alien. He's possibly a leader. We've known this for a few years. And the Teslas are part of the alien domination deal. I don't know why we made the deal to let them build the Teslas here. They're building the Teslas here. They're building the alien spacecrafts, power sources in front of us, parking them in the back of the NBC Sears parking lots across the USA, Chicago, St. Louis, they're on the West Coast. And Trump kind of knows it, but he needs the money. He lost money. Everybody does. Elon's got money coming out of earlobes. But that makes it legit. Elon Musk and Jacques Cousteau studying alien underwater life forms because that's where the spaceships are.
That's where the aliens are, y'all. In the ocean.
How do I know these things? They're so big. Yikes. Bigger than Shaq. It's not funny, dude. Don't tell your wife about these things, dude. Yeah, she asked me questions. What were you guys talking about John Pork yesterday?
Stay weird, y'all.
We were talking about pork.
Is Elon Musk an actual alien or just someone who thinks different? People call him not human because his ideas don't move at normal speed, because he talks about space like it's home, because he sees futures most can't imagine yet. But being called an alien has always meant the same thing in history. Someone who doesn't fit the system, not extraterrestrial, extraordinary. Sometimes we label what we don't understand instead of understanding what we label.
This is
a lot of these people that you see on the beach, these Caucasians out there with the perfect tans, with their motherfucking neck back in the sun, them are Pleiadians walking amongst us. And your white people, your real white people, they can't take no sun. You're not going to see them on the beach. You're not going to see them on the beach doing none of that. All right? And if they do, they got some suntan lotion. They can take a little sun and they gone. All right? But this is why I keep telling y'all all Caucasians aren't the same, because some of these people walking around you that you think are Caucasians are Pleiadians. Very, very powerful beings. They can manipulate energy, all of it. So be aware of this species, people, because they've been here the whole time. All right? But let's keep going. These are the Pleiadians. All right? They exist. They look just like us, humanoid, but they like regular white people, but they have perfect pale skin. All right? A lot of your models that be in a lot of your Playboy models and Playboy bunnies and all the people, a lot of them are Pleiadians. If they are not Pleiadians, then they are flat out clones. A real white person will be pale as shit. You're going to know a real Caucasian from a Pleiadian. A real Caucasian be pale. See, certain Caucasians, they got that perfect tan like they damn near black or Latino or something. Those are Pleiadians. Do not be fooled no longer, my people. I know you human beings are very upset at me tonight, because I'm revealing a lot. A lot of these people that you see on the University of Timbuktu is a place where if you was a Grandmaster teacher in the 8th universe, we got a Grandmaster teacher in the 7th universe, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 1st, 9th. We got ascended masters from other planets, other galaxies. We have scientists from other universes. We have scientists from in other multiverses. You got all these advanced beings, and they would come and we would all gather at the University of Timbuktu. We would come here through Macurbers, by using our Macurbers, through portals, and we would come here, and there was this long conglomerate of schools, and a lot of different things was being taught. All right, the most advanced forms of martial arts was being taught at the University of Timbuktu. Levels that you can't even put in words, that can only be compared to the shit you see in Dragon Ball Z. That was being taught at Timbuktu, or the shit that you would see when you watch The Matrix and you watch Dragon Ball Z. You had advanced levels of that. The University of Timbuktu. Now walking us through this little by little, I'm helping you remember. You are not this body. This is nothing but a physical avatar that we created for this temporary reality. You are the power within that vessel. You are the soul, the spirit. You are dark matter energy. We created the forces of nature. Didn't I just tell you we manifested ourselves? when we design the galaxies, nature ain't shit. If we design the galaxy, what the fuck is it for us to design nature? Nature is just an effect of a planet, and a planet is nothing but a part of a galaxy. And we created all of the above. So now walking us.
The planet Earth has been invaded by benevolent or wicked interdimensional beings, and they genetically engineer different races of people to conquest this planet. These beings that these politicians be sacrificing people to, these are extraterrestrial beings. And the reason for rituals is because you got societies that made deals with extraterrestrials in exchange for technology. So you have beings that are like, basically, okay, we want to be able to live on this plane of existence, but we don't have the frequency to do so. And so in order for certain extraterrestrials to stay physical, they need the most vibratory energy here, which is fear. There is no energy here that solidifies you more than fear. Some people get so afraid that they literally freeze, because fear is a solidifying energy. It's a condensing energy. So what these beings do that we believe to be demons is they say, okay, we'll give you artificial intelligence. We'll give you anti-gravity technology. We'll give y'all shit that y'all don't have. And in exchange, we need y'all to keep this portal open so that we can stay here. These governments in the world have made deals with extraterrestrials where they are allowing extraterrestrials to abduct a certain amount of the population every year in exchange for technology. And the rituals are to keep the extraterrestrials energetically present here, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to be here. So this is why they lower our vibrations through the TV, through the food, through the music, because our vibrations at a certain level keeps us interactive with them. But if we was to raise our vibrations up, then they wouldn't even be able to affect us, because we would be on a higher frequency than them. The planet Earth has been invaded. We hail from the Sirius star system. Okay? Our home planet, I repeat, is in the 19th galaxy. We created 999 galaxies. And this galaxy where Earth is at is the 999th galaxy. So that means that this was the very last galaxy that we created, which is why we made it so important. This is the only galaxy where you can see the entire universe. I repeat, this galaxy that we are now in, the 900th galaxy, this is the only galaxy where you can look in the sky and see the entire universe. Because that's the way that we designed it. Alright? I repeat. When you're on this planet and you look in the sky, all you're going to see is planets and galaxies and star systems. This is the only galaxy that you can do that in. Right? Now, I need you to keep in mind that this is the newest galaxy. Keep that in your mind as we continue to unfold this story. We hail from the Sirius star system.